to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.
Welcome, guys, to the Gulf Coast Music Channel. My name is Q Steezy. Today's new wave, bitch, it's Blake.
Hey, how y'all doing? Thanks for having me.
For sure. It's great to have you. I love Blake.
Yeah, that's my Instagram name.
Yeah. How'd you, what inspired that?
Well, my name is Blake, and it's not B-L-A-K-E. It's B-L-A-Q-U-E apostrophe at the end. And when I was like in high school, I was trying to come up with like a Instagram name, and I was like, what's a good Instagram name for me? So I like surfed through a couple of them, and I was like, I love Blake, because I love Blake, and I feel like everyone else should love Blake. So when you look at it, you're going to manifest, I love Blake, and now you love me.
Right. You're kind of tricking your audience.
Yeah.
Yeah. How old were you? Were you in high school when you dropped Bitches Blake?
No, Bitches Blake came along when I started doing music, and like, I kind of started thinking about doing music in 2019, but I didn't start until 2020.
Gotcha.
So that's when it came along.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And so you weren't in high school in 2019, 2020?
And I was in college.
Okay, gotcha. At
Benedict College.
There you go.
Yeah. Benedict College.
Yeah. I was explaining earlier we had a track meet there recently. I like the campus. Were those some good years for you?
Some of them were.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I was at school like the year that they shut down school for COVID.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Right.
so I came out August 2019,
Gotcha.
and I was off campus by March.
Mm.
And then I came back my senior year, so I did a lot of school online.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But my senior year, I made the best of it. It was great.
Nice. And was that kind of when you got into music then? Was during the COVID?
Yes, it was right during COVID. I stopped playing basketball, and like music just took over. It was never planned. It just came about.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What position in basketball?
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them, honestly. But my favorite positions to play were point guard and shooting guard. But I was kind of always one of the taller people, so I played a little bit of high post and low post as well.
There you go.
Yeah.
Bitches Blake Griffin.
Literally, I had 32 at once.
Oh, fire.
They did that on purpose.
Gotcha. That's cool. And you were playing for Benedict then?
Yeah.
Nice.
I started playing my freshman year at Benedict, but like I said, that's around the same time they sent us home for COVID.
Right.
So I wasn't playing, of course, during COVID, and I started doing music. So
Gotcha.
I didn't pick it back up my senior year, though.
Gotcha. So that's what inspired the Jello Ball remix.
Yeah, sort of.
Gotcha. No, that was cool. What really inspired the Jello Ball remix?
I was just in the studio, and this is me. This year, I've been getting back into music because I had a good run, like 2020 to like 2022, and then 2023 came about. I lost my brother, and I just lost the love for it. So that's like in Mobile. I came down here and performed one night at 1608. I think is it 1608, 608 or something like that.
What's that?
The club I performed at down here.
I'm not familiar, honestly.
Okay, well, it was a club I performed at down here, and it kind of went viral in the city, so I kept coming down here performing a
Gotcha.
lot. Yeah, but I had like a good run. I was going on tours, performing, opening up for people. Then my brother passed in 2023. We both did music together, so it just kind of like, tore me apart. I really couldn't focus on it at the time, but I'm just now getting back like into my groove now. So I'm like, let me do something that'll like get people's attention. And
Right.
I can drop my regular, like my own music, but a lot of people are doing like the freestyles and stuff now, like on TikTok. So I was like, let me do one.
Gotcha.
And I'm good at like music, so I was
Yeah.
like, let me get on the song that's trending right now.
Absolutely. No, yeah, that raises a few questions of mine. But first of all, was your brother the one that got you into music?
Yes, basically, yeah.
Gotcha.
He, my little brother could freestyle like for
Juice WRLD?
hours off the top of his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, I have like, there's a lot of males in my family that do music. Like I got cousins and stuff like that, uncles. So he definitely inspired me. I always try to keep up with him as far as like freestyling and stuff, but
Yeah.
it was hard. But he taught me a lot.
Yeah, when you train with the best, you get better.
Exactly.
For sure. When it comes to performing, I saw the video of you performing in front of Latto and Sada Baby and who's that funny guy?
Funny Marco.
Funny Marco, right?
Yeah. And who else was up there?
Skilla Baby.
Skilla Baby, yeah.
Man, that takes a lot of confidence.
Yeah, and then we were like doing it a cappella as well.
Exactly.
So I was like, and then we couldn't have our phones or nothing. So I couldn't decide. I'm so indecisive. I couldn't decide what song I wanted to do. And then when they took my phone, I'm like, dang, at least I had a list, you know, like
Right.
of songs I could do. Now my mind went blank for a second.
Good
so
thing
when
you
I
had it
got up there,
memorized before they took your phone.
when I got up there, it was like I think I did a whole different song.
Really?
Whatever came to my mind at the time, I just did it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, they enjoyed it, so.
Yeah, they did. It was great.
Good thing you had some fire in the arsenal.
And I won.
Tight. Yeah.
Shout out to Big Mama.
Big Mama. Is that Latto?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, she seemed to be enjoying it.
Yes.
No, that's really impressive. I'll show you a video after I did this like a cappella rap for my talent show in middle school, and it didn't go that well. So,
I gotta hear it.
yeah. Who takes your pictures on Instagram?
Most of the time, so now I have a photographer, but most of the time it's my brother,
Okay.
Anthony. Yeah, he does nails as well, but he takes my pictures because he's not gonna just let me post anything.
Mhm.
Like he'll be like, no, I don't like those, delete it, take it off. Why did you post that? So he criticized me a lot. So
What are the typical standards for what flies in Anthony's eyes?
lighting for one.
Okay.
If it's no good lighting, he doesn't like it or he's not gonna take it. A clear background. My hair has to be nothing, no flyaways on my hair. Outfit on point.
Damn.
It's a lot, but you know, it's a great turnout because my pictures always come out bomb.
Shout out Anthony.
Yeah, shout out Anthony.
Cool. What was it like when I met you at Soul Kitchen?
Yeah.
You had a great performance, but you were telling me before that there was some background to it.
Yeah, so I had sold so many tickets, like, in my city. Even people from Alabama was hitting me up for tickets because I had, like, he gave me a bunch of tickets. I think I had, like, 100 tickets or something like that. And, like, the day before, I got sick. Like, I think I had the flu. And y'all probably looking at me like, why would you come out and you had the flu? I just had to, like, it was a great opportunity. I sold so many tickets. So many people were looking forward to being there, coming to see me. So I just sucked it up. I took a bunch of medicine, some Theraflu, some tea.
Flu game.
I had cough drops and everything. But I actually had started feeling better that morning. But then, like, later towards the night, my head started, I had caught a fever. So I was in the back, like, shivering, like.
Right.
And I told my little sister, she came on stage, she was dancing with me. I'm like, I need you to help me, hype me up, because I'm like, I do not have the energy right now. And I have to, like.
Jeez.
Yes. And my voice was gone. See, y'all didn't notice that. You feel me?
No, that's really
why I know
impressive.
I did a great job, because nobody noticed. But when I tell you, I was back there going through it backstage, like.
Winners find a way.
Literally, yes. So when I came out, I just gave it my all, and then shout out to my little sister Dana. She came on stage, she was dancing. They loved her as well. So we just had to execute in the moment.
Right.
Yes.
Were you nervous meeting the hometown hero?
Not really.
Real boss of Richie?
It just depends on, like, because a lot of them, like, I do like a lot of 20. Well, I haven't done any recently, but you probably see me on a bunch of like 20v1s on YouTube with different rappers and stuff like that. So I meet people all the time.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So I wasn't that, like, I wasn't starstruck, but I do love his music. So
Yeah.
it was a great.
What's your
like, meet
favorite
him.
Boss and Richie song?
Right now it's Come Outside.
Come Outside, guys.
Yeah, that's my song. I play it 24/7.
I was
Before I
listening
go
to
perform,
Super
I gotta
Coupe
play.
today.
Super Coupe?
Yeah.
Yeah, he hard.
Yeah.
Ain't he from Florida too?
Yeah. He's got that Florida sound.
Yeah.
What do you say in the song? I guess it's just a Florida thing.
Literally. Gotta know.
What's it like being in the 20v1s?
The 20v1, so I had moved to Atlanta like on my birthday, 2023.
Wow.
Yeah, and I
Like moved?
yeah.
Wow.
So when I got there, I'm like, okay, I want to do music, but I'm like, I didn't have to run doing the music, like the showcases here,
Right.
in Alabama, in Pensacola, Florida. I've done a few in Atlanta before I lived there, but not as much since I couldn't be as consistent there. So I was like, okay, I'll do some of those, but like, how can I get my name and my face out much faster?
Right.
And content was the wave. So if you look on my Instagram, you'll see like a bunch of different content. I do skits, I do funny videos, pranks. I do a bunch of different content. I do public interviews and things like that. So I was like, let me get into the YouTube world. And like people hit me up to do stuff like that anyways. Like since college, they'll hit me up and be like, hey, can you come do this YouTube video? So I just started doing them there. And I was on like all the biggest YouTubers.
Gotcha.
YouTubers.
Yeah.
I was on all the big YouTubers platforms. So
Right. You met the content creators.
Yeah, all the content creators. Yeah.
Right.
And then they started adding me to group chats and everything, and I was just getting invited to them all the time.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but it was also like a side gig because I get paid to like do the 20v1s and stuff.
Yeah, I imagine. What's been your favorite 20v1 experience?
My favorite was probably when I did 20 versus Jacquees because I feel like I got a lot of exposure because he asked me to freestyle. Yeah. So it was a whole clip that was going
In
around.
the like the one-on-one
Yeah.
moment. Gotcha.
And
That's
I
cool.
had freestyle for him. He was like, Blake hard. She's trying to make it. Blake
Which
gonna make
song
it.
did you freestyle?
What song? I think I did.
Whichever
What
one came to
song?
mind.
Yeah, whichever one came to mind at the moment. But no, I think I had thought about it first. It's actually a song that I haven't put out yet. It was like a song that I just had in my phone.
Mm.
I can't even think of what it's called right now. But you can just go watch the clip, or we can
For
put
sure.
it up on here.
For sure. Yeah. Well, pull that up.
Yeah,
Let's see.
it's on my Instagram. If you're logged in on Instagram.
Hold on, let's see. Should have it on here.
I'm saying it's on the YouTube as well, but you'll have to go all the way through the video. But the clip is on my Instagram.
All right, the Gulf Coast Music Instagram sees some crazy stuff on the timeline. So
Y'all excuse it if y'all see it.
Yeah.
Okay, so go to Reels. And then I had on like an orange outfit. Jacquees is very short, guys. It's going to be down a little further.
okay. Boston Richie.
Yeah, that's Boston right there.
Right here?
Oh, Nicole. No, go down some more. Keep going. It was a minute ago. It should be coming.
Damn, talk about content.
I told you I had a lot of content on
Going
it.
crazy.
I have a YouTube page as well.
154? Damn.
I
164.
think one of them got like 3 million.
Sure.
Let me see. Keep going. Okay, it should be
Orange
coming.
suit right here?
Yep, right there. Hey, my name Blake.
What you do, Blake?
I'm model. I make music.
You just ain't gonna rap.
I rap.
Rap.
Alright. They say I'm the gas like octane. No, I shook up the room when I came. No, I keep me a tool in my purse for a full. I'ma knock out his screws if he play. No, he can't be my boo if he lame. If you broke, better get you a trade. And don't play with my brand on my name. You dissing on me, then you gotta be crazy. All these girls can't compete cause they lazy. All these bullets pass by and he race them. Flashback, no, that's so raving. I'ma shake up the beat till it caving. I'ma blitz their hood like I'm Iron Man. They be like, damn, girl, so inspiring. I'm trying to work for you. I see you hiring. Ran through this beat like I'm playing for Heisman. Bitches Blake.
Damn.
You ain't shy.
At all.
She go to the right. She dope. Okay, bet.
Oh, yeah. You always get to the right after doing that. That's
He
all
said
right.
Blake trying to make it.
Yeah, you should put that in a song.
Definitely.
Man, yeah, your style is I don't know, maybe I feel like female artists are maybe more lyrical nowadays than guys are. Like I feel like guys are kind of going for the trap,
Yeah, we gotta work a little harder, so you know.
maybe. Yeah, no, because I feel like if they asked a guy to freestyle, they wouldn't like, unless it's like J. Cole, it's like following a rhyme scheme and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that was impressive.
Thank you.
Looking to transform your property into something remarkable? Land Refiners is your trusted, locally owned land services company based right here in Baldwin County, Alabama. Whether it's forestry, mulching, land clearing, tree and debris removal, demolition, grading, or even emergency services, Land Refiners has you covered. They work on both residential and commercial properties, bringing efficiency, professionalism, and results that last. Their team is licensed, insured, and proudly serves Baldwin County, Mobile County, and surrounding areas. At Land Refiners, they don't just move dirt, they build lasting relationships by exceeding expectations every time. Call today or visit landrefiners.com to schedule your free consultation. Land Refiners, local, reliable, refined. Let's see. So yeah, I guess that you answered my next question. Do you think it's tougher to be a female or a male artist nowadays?
A female artist, and I say that because I see firsthand. Let me see, how should I put it? So people in my city, right? They will be like, okay, hold on. I'm trying to see how to put it before I just say it blankly. So the trappers and the people that like flash money and sell drugs, people like worship the ground they, you feel me, walk on. And I noticed like I've done a lot out of the city. As you can see, I got all this content. I've met all these people. I've done different things. I've had little viral moments here and there. But it's appreciated. But at the same time, I see like dudes that are in the city that have never left the city,
I see.
And I'm just as hard as them. But they sell drugs and they're in the streets and they fly out his money. So
Right.
people love them more. Like
But
they'll get like more views and different things. Like I'll notice the difference when I perform and they perform. Like they'll dang near run on stage with them and be all hyped up in it. Like so, I just noticed the difference, but it don't make me no different. I just go harder because I beat these same type of people in contests when it's like a 1-on-1.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. When it comes to the actual art form.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you think that's a gender thing, or you think it's just kind of like how society is with
I think it's
trappers?
a little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit of both. But like I said, I don't really take offense to it. I mean,
Sure.
sometimes I'll see it, like it'll be like a situation. I'll be like, I know I'm more qualified than you,
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, it is what it is. Like, I know I work hard and I know I'm great at what I do. So
Yeah.
I don't let it like get me down. I just I go harder.
It's you versus you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Define blending classic streetwear with modern sensibilities.
Classic streetwear with modern sensibilities. You talking about how I dress?
Yeah, that was in your Spotify description.
Okay, so basically, so I think it's just how you put the look together in general, right?
Gotcha.
So as you can see today, they don't see my whole outfit, but I have on this shirt, I got to split down the middle, and
Right.
then I have on little shorts. But it's a way to wear things like classy versus trashy,
Sure.
It's like when I come, I'm going to be well put together. My hair is going to be laid. Sometimes I do makeup. Today I'm not doing makeup. Yeah, check it out. Anyways, but I think it's like the way you come about it. Like you got to, for one, be confident in what you have on, regardless of what it is. For two, put it together well and make sure I can have I can have on a short skirt, but still give classy,
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I'm not too well versed in clothes.
I tried to put it together so that you will understand.
Yeah, you got to explain it to a fifth grader.
Yeah. If that makes sense. It does.
I'm sure a lot of people understand.
You just
that.
got to put it together. If you look at me, you'll understand.
Yeah.
Because there's other people out here, they'll put on an outfit, like
Yeah.
some I have on, and you'll be like, no, ma'am.
Yeah, she's got some really pretty boots on, but the camera can't get it right now.
Thank you.
Give me some stories from the Poppin' Up tour.
How you know about that?
Kamante told me. Big Zod told me.
How do you know about that for real? Oh my gosh. Okay. Whew, that's a scary story to talk about. I'm shaking in my boots to this day. So
Shaking
the
in my
Poppin'
slides.
Up tour. Okay, wait. Was that the one like St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City?
You tell me.
I'm nervous. Hold on. Okay, so y'all, this was the first ever tour I went on. I won a competition here in Mobile, Alabama. At, I want to say it was at, I think the club's called 608. So they were telling us that, so since we won, we were going on a tour. They had put the tour together. We were going on a tour, and we were opening up, or we were performing in like different places in like St. Louis, Missouri. It was like Kansas City and some other place, but we only made the two of those places, by the way, guys. So arriving there, it was like we had to pay like a certain amount for like the ride on the Sprinter van and like stay.
Right.
But I was only going to be there like 3 or 4 days. So
Did you
I was
finesse the system?
I always do.
Yeah.
But I was supposed to be there for like the first 2 days, I wasn't going to make it. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to fly in and meet y'all. I met them in Kansas. No, I think I met them in St. Louis. So I flew in to meet them.
Did you have to pay for the flight?
Yes, I paid for my flight. So I flew in to meet them, and when I got there, I think I had to know. Okay, no, they were coming. No, okay, the city I met them in, they were coming like traveling from the other city. So I was gonna meet them in the morning. They were gonna pick me up from my hotel. So I got there, got my Uber, got to my hotel. The next morning I wake up, I wanted them to come pick me up. So I'm like, okay, I'm thinking the Sprinter is coming. So the lady came in to get me, and she was like, hey, we're waiting on the Sprinter to come. So right now we're gonna be a little bunched up, but we're here to get you, and we're gonna take you to the other hotel we're staying at. So I'm like, okay. So I come outside as a minivan.
Ah.
So it's a minivan. It's like
How many people?
1, 2, 3. It's like four guys, or it's like 4 or 5 guys and a girl. So the girl was sitting in the front seat, the lady driving. And it was like, it's the 2 seats across, and then it's like really 3 can sit on the back row.
Okay.
So I had to like squeeze up on the back row with the guys. Or I think I might have sat on the floor in the middle. Or I think one of the guys was like, they let me sit down and sat on the floor in the middle.
There you go.
So we go to the next spot, right? Okay, where do I start? This was crazy, okay? So we get to the next
What
spot.
state are you in?
I'm in, like, Missouri.
Ah.
Yeah. So, mind you, that's far away from home.
Right.
So, we get to the next spot, and we get to a hotel, and it's like when we get there, we meet more people.
Right.
So, they were like, I was like, okay, how's it been going and stuff like that? Like, I missed the first 2 days. They was like, well, you didn't miss anything. They was like, we really been in the hotel all day. Like,
God.
They keep telling us that the Sprinter is on the way, and the Sprinter has not come yet. So
Sounds like a horror story.
yeah, it was real scary. It was like, they told us the Sprinter is coming. The Sprinter has not come yet. So we were like, okay, whatever. So I get settled in the hotel. And then I had sent them money, right? So they were supposed to use my money that I sent them to, like, book the hotels.
Right.
But they didn't book the hotels.
Oh,
So we had, like, we were just at a hotel for a little while. Someone had a room.
Why do you have to send them the money to book the hotel?
I don't know.
Ah.
It was a lot of crazy stuff going on, okay? So I sent them some money prior to, so my hotel should have been booked.
Right.
But I think we ended up leaving that night or something like that. So they were saying, like, oh, it doesn't make sense to get rooms here because we're going to get on the road tonight, this, and this, when the Sprinter comes. Sprinter comes. They kept mentioning this Sprinter.
I hope you gave them a bad review on Yelp.
Oh, they tried to tell me they were going to sue me for defamation. Yeah.
They were going to sue you?
Yeah.
If you said something bad, you mean?
Yeah, but they can't sue me for defamation because this is true facts, everything that happened.
Right, right.
So, long
Don't
story
sue the
short,
podcast.
I'm going to break it down. Okay, so that night we didn't stay at the hotel. They took us like to it was like a big building. I guess it was like a content building.
Right.
I guess they broadcast some radio station or something from there. So for one, it wasn't like none of the workers were there. It was like one lady there. She like showed us around the building, the different rooms and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, we're on tour. I think like, why is there no one with cameras here? Why aren't we featuring on the,
Right.
It was a lot. So we just toured the building or whatever the case may be. And then it really
Y'all
just
walking
gave,
around the building?
yeah, walking around the building. So then it just gave like, they were trying to find
It's
something
like
for
an
us to do.
AAU basketball trip.
Yeah. So it was, okay, so I feel like they just wanted to like have us do something. So we did go on one, so throughout the whole trip, and I was there like 3-4 days, we did go to a radio station.
Okay.
And we did one performance.
Okay.
But it was, yeah. So later that day, it was like we still didn't have a
VIP
hotel room.
pass.
We still didn't have a hotel room.
Yeah.
So the same lady that toured us around the building, we
Right.
went to her house to like everybody went to her house, took a shower. It was crazy. I don't know why. Like, it was crazy. It was literally a horror story. Yeah. We went to her house and took showers and got ready for the radio station. So we went to the radio
And
station.
she's the one that booked the hotel?
It was no hotel.
Ah.
I never booked into a hotel until like maybe like the next day before
Oh,
the
God.
performance. Yeah. Because we were traveling, went to another city or something.
Was
it
it
was like late
stinky?
at night. You said, was it stink?
Was like the Sprinter van stinky at the end of it?
We never got on the Sprinter van.
Oh,
I
the
gotta get to that
minivan.
point. The minivan, it wasn't stink, but it was definitely crowded.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a funny story. Ooh. Okay, so where I'm at. Okay, so we did go to a radio station. After the radio station, we were just at the lady house again, just sitting around. We were
Right.
supposed to do a show that night, but I don't think it was a show booked. It was like a scam. Long story short, guys, this was a scam trip. So it was supposed to be a show that night. Everybody got ready to go to the show. They was like, oh, it's too late or something. Somebody didn't get the venue or something. It was like, why would y'all have us come all the way here and y'all don't have the venue? Now, mind you, I feel bad because I didn't pay as much as these other people paid to be here.
Right.
These people saying they paid $3,000, $2,500, $2,000, $1,500, and they got there and they still had to book their own hotels,
Right.
and there was never transportation. So a
That's
lot
a
of
month's
people
rent.
was really, really mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so okay, so we finally left. Like we ended up staying because somebody else was flying in that night to do the tour, but they were saying like somebody else was flying in to do the tour that night, and so we stayed late to wait on them to come. So once she came in town, they like pulled me to the side and was like, hey, so the girl that's coming, she actually paid for a spot to be in the van, not the Sprinter van. So it's not really gonna be room for both of y'all. So I was just like,
No.
yeah. So I was just like, okay, like, where's the sprinter? Like, you feel me? It's not my fault that y'all didn't provide the sprinter. Like,
Right.
they was like, but I immediately got on the phone with my family. I was like, yeah, I'm finna book my flight back from here. And the lady had even told me, she was like, baby, if you want to stay here and book your flight, I'll take you to the airport in the morning. I was like, yeah, I'm about to do that. So as soon as they saw me getting on the phone with my family and stuff like that, they was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. We'll just figure it out. We'll figure it out. So we get in the sprint. We get back in the minivan, and it was crazy, guys. We get back in the minivan, and now it's like 2 extra people in there. So
How long ago was this?
This was like 2-3 years ago.
Damn. Permanent scar.
It was crazy. So we get back in the minivan, and now it's even more people in here.
Right.
So they give the other girl a spot, and then like we in the back seat, like just squished up. Like I'm gonna tell you, along this trip, I'm not gonna give detail for detail because we'll be here all day. But I'm gonna say, like, along this trip, it was bad to the point I ended up just sitting on one of the guys' laps, and it wasn't even like we wasn't on nothing. He was like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I'm not trying to be on no weird stuff, but it's uncomfortable in here.
Yeah.
So I ended up sitting on one of the guys' lap and put my feet across the other ones just so we could be comfortable because we drove like from St. Louis to like Kansas City. It was like 3 hours or 4 hours or something. And I'm gonna give you the rundown on that as well.
That's terrible.
So long story short, driving there that night, we left. Like I said, we left late at night because we waited on the girl to get off her plane. She got off her plane at like 11. So we left like at 12 or something. And I just know when we got to the next city, the light was coming up, like the sun was coming up. But the only reason, mind you, I was asleep. The only reason I woke up because I feel like bumps in the road, like going over the little middle part. While the lady was asleep, I went to slapping her shoulder so hard, like. I went to like trying to wake her up. I'm like, are you serious? I said, no, pull over. I drive. I literally had her pull over I drove the rest of the way. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was crazy, y'all. Oh my God. I can't believe I went through this. But I'm glad I went through it early in my music journey because I would never go for something like that now today. Ever again in life. Yeah. So it was just
great
crazy.
Story.
Yeah. So I'm going to wrap it up. Long story short, along the way, they kept that the Sprinter van never came. The next excuse was it got stuck in a snowstorm. Some artist was supposed to come who was bringing the Sprinter there.
The only thing popping up was excuses.
Yeah, excuses. Somebody got choked up against the wall, not by me, allegedly. Because
wait, what does that mean?
Somebody got mad about their money.
And they got like
jacked up on the wall.
Oh shit.
And that same person got left in Kansas City, Missouri, and had to find their way back home.
What?
Yeah, we did one show when we got to Kansas City, Missouri. It wasn't like a full house, but it was cool. I met some good people while I was there. I still got those connections.
I'm glad you got something out of the trip.
I met some more artists. But leaving there, we had one hotel, and it was like a bunch of us in a room because I just refused to spend any more of my money. So they booked one hotel, and it was all of us.
Wow, man.
Thank God nobody was on nothing weird for real besides the people who set the tour up. But yeah, then what else to sum it up? I'm trying
How
to give
long
you
was
some
the trip?
Point. I was on there like 3 days maybe.
3 days, gotcha.
Yeah, and then it was cut short. Days. Yeah, it was cut short because mind you, that was supposed to be like a 2-week tour.
How did y'all sleep?
I slept comfortably in the bed.
Y'all had a bed?
On the end of the bed. Yeah.
Oh, okay. How many people were on a bed?
It was probably 4 or 5 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, public housing by a real Boston Rich?
Yeah. It was crazy. It was real, real crazy. I just refused to spend any more money when I was there. And then, did I fly back home? No. We ended up driving back home. But when I tell you, the lady that was driving, she had so many stops. I did have to fund my way back home because we all just took turns putting gas in the van because the lady was saying she ain't had no more money. So we all took turns putting gas in the van, but she took somebody to Atlanta, somebody to another part of Georgia, somebody to Alabama, me to Pensacola, Florida. We did a lot of stops on the way here. And I think we stopped and stayed a night in Atlanta.
It's like the Polar Express.
It was real crazy, yeah. It was a crazy experience. Definitely a lesson learned. If you're watching this, beware of janky tours. I would say if you're going on tour, if it's not with the big artists that you're opening up for, you shouldn't go maybe. I don't know.
So all of you guys were supposed to be going to different venues.
Performing, networking. It was like a
networking
tour.
You knew the venues beforehand?
No. I kept asking them that. I knew the cities.
Okay. You knew
and they kept telling me, I knew like 1 or 2 of them, but I don't think I went to either one of those venues. It was real, real crazy. But I was just hungry and young, you know, ready to.
And I bet like actually hungry as
Perform.
well when you're on.
Yeah, I was definitely hungry as well when I was there. What did I eat? I'm pretty sure it was like fast food.
Bojangles.
Yeah, something. McDonald's, ain't no telling. But it was just crazy, y'all. It was crazy. How do you know about this?
I don't know where I found it, but I'm glad I asked it. That was a great story.
And I feel like it's so much more that I'd even... You see, if you would have asked me beforehand, I would have wrote down because I feel like I'm missing a lot of points. But long story short, y'all, it was a janky tour. They stole our money. They lied about the Sprinter van. They had us cooped up in the minivan.
Super
They
cool.
didn't have any hotel rooms for us. So them folks came up on a lot of money and they did us dirty. Yeah.
Hey, well,
Thank God I made it home safe.
yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah. And, like, thank God, like, none of the dudes there were, like, on weird stuff because
Right.
it came a time one person had their car down there and I had to ask him to take me, like, to my makeup appointment and get my hair fixed and stuff like that. So, thank God I was okay. But it was just crazy and traumatizing. Like, that lady could have crashed with us and that she went to sleep while she was driving.
Yeah, you can't do that with people in the car.
And everybody was asleep. I'm the only one woke up. Like, and we were on the interstate. Imagine.
What time was it?
It was like, at this point, the sun was coming up. It was probably like 5, 6, like 6 maybe.
Yeah.
But that was real scary. And I drove us on tour, guys, in the minivan. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's crazy driving, especially when you're tired. Like you start to hallucinate and stuff. I recently drove a U-Haul from Tampa, Florida, back to Mobile, and it was like a 10-hour drive. And
You get the zoning out. But no, she was dead asleep. I ain't no telling how
dead
long she
sleep
was
is
asleep.
dead sleep is
Because
crazy.
I woke up. I'm telling you, I woke up because I felt zoom, 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 zoom.
Right.
And I'm looking. I wake up. Everybody in here asleep.
You saved
I'm like,
you saved
Lord,
lives.
I saved everybody's life that
You
day.
saved lives.
Call me Captain Saver Tour.
Because
I saved the tour. That's crazy.
Nice story.
It's crazy you know about that, though. I thought I put that way in the back, in the past, and buried it.
We brought it back to life.
I'm going to have a nightmare tonight.
How do you balance school, or did you balance school, sports, and music? Although you said music came
Well,
after the sports.
Yeah, so it was like school and music.
But how do you
and
balance?
work.
How do you balance it now?
So now I go to the studio at the rarest times. Like I will,
Really?
call my producer at like 1 a.m. if I'm bored and ask him, can I come to the studio? Like,
Is it usually available?
yeah, I see. Sometimes I try to book, but when I try to book things, y'all, it's hard because my schedule it's like all over the place.
Right.
And then now I'm a dog mom, and I have a
Okay.
big cane corso, and she's like
Oh, yeah,
a
what's the
human
type of
child.
dog? I saw
Cane
the dog.
Corso.
What is it?
Cane corso.
A cane corso.
Yes, and that's like a child. Like it took me like 15 minutes to get her up the stairs today
Really?
when I took her to my cousin's house. Like, yeah,
You need
so
to take that dog for more walks, it sounds like.
I took her to the walk. She was scared of the stairs.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes, she was scared to go up the stairs.
Oh.
So I be all over the place.
Yeah.
Or I got my dog with me. She was a service animal, but I still got her in training, so I'm trying to take her everywhere. I took her to one podcast. She didn't do too bad.
Cool.
She was just moving around a little bit, but
She was just like anxious.
yeah. So I balance everything out by. Well, of course, I have a work schedule, so I know I can't go during times of work. As far as you said work, music, and what?
It's your life. I don't know.
You said sports at first, but I don't do sports no more. So I go in the spirit of the moment. Like I find random times to go to the studio.
Gotcha.
It's hard for me to book a session and go.
Yeah.
I just be going like 4 a.m, 5 a.m,
Do you-
8 p.m, 12 a.m. It depends.
Do you punch in or do you write your songs?
I punch in.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I
think-
gotta go when I'm in that mood, like in that mode, like.
Yeah. But your style doesn't sound like you punch in because it's, off
Thank
of
you.
rhyming and everything like that.
But you can tell, like, I don't have like a certain type of song or sound. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So I'm versatile, so you never know how I'm coming. Like,
Okay.
on the song. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just depends on. What
Did you
mood.
punch in the country song?
Yeah.
That's blasphemous.
I was trying to see I didn't know what I should say, so at that moment, they don't know the song yet, so I can't give them too much. But I said I've been tweaking and I'm trying to find my way. I was tweaking. I had a lot going on.
Yeah.
Like not tweaking on drugs, guys, but tweaking like with a lot going on.
Yeah.
And I was trying to find my way out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. That's
Yeah.
how I came up with that first line.
It's really about the popping up tour. That's what that's all it's
The
about.
popping up tour. How do you know, bro?
That's what that's all it's about.
I don't know how you know about this. You working with them?
I was actually on it. Yeah.
You working with them?
Yeah. I was the
See, now we
maintenance
finna
guy.
have some problems. 'Cause I
Yeah.
think you had a Sprinter van.
Yeah, I was actually in charge of the entire tour.
I can tell.
Yeah.
I knew you was a little shiesty when I came in here.
I was like, just send them the minivan. They don't deserve the Sprinter.
That is so crazy.
So yeah, Pretty Girls Tote. That's a I think that's
It's the anthem.
yeah, it's an anthem. That sounds like a title that should be viral.
Yeah. Because when you're when you're a female in general, I'm gonna say like all females are beautiful. So the song is called Pretty Girls Tote. And we just gotta be careful out here as females. And I got that idea from like me. Like I move around a lot. I'm in Atlanta, I'm here, I'm in Mobile, Alabama, I'm in Pensacola. I go to Tampa, Orlando.
Yeah.
I travel a lot by myself. So that's another reason why my people got me the Cane Corso. But they said I'd just be moving around too much by myself. Like,
What's your
I'm
favorite
not-
state
My favorite state is Florida. I love Florida.
besides Florida?
Georgia.
Okay.
As of right now.
Right. How long have you been staying in Atlanta for?
A year. In
Okay.
Like 6 months, 5 months.
Right. And like that seems like a bold decision to you bought an apartment over there?
Yeah, I have an apartment.
Yeah.
Renting an apartment.
What type of lease are you on for the apartment?
12 months.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But
I didn't mean to get too personal. I was just
No,
like,
you good.
because
I still think you working with them people, so I gotta watch what I say.
right.
But no, you made me lose my train of thought though.
Pretty Girls Tote.
Pretty Girls Tote. So as a woman, I feel like we gotta keep ourselves safe. And when I say that is like, I mean, I know some of us know how to fight, but sometimes your hand's just not gonna do it when you're up against a 200-pound, 6'5" guy, or anybody else. So I just promote females, really anyone in general, but especially females to stay armed and protected. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep it right there. I ain't gonna go into too much detail.
Fair enough.
But yeah, just stay safe.
Fair enough. Yeah, those are all the questions I've got. Anything else going on with you nowadays?
So I'm working on 3 albums.
3 albums.
Yeah.
How do you?
I'm so versatile. I just feel
Right.
like
Everybody's versatile nowadays.
yeah, and I just feel like I got a lot of music, and honestly, it's a little easier for me to like go do photo shoots and like do cover arts for one song rather than having to do another photo shoot for each album, because I like having me on my covers,
Yeah.
I mean, so instead of dropping a bunch of singles, I'm gonna drop a rap album, a country album, and a R&B album.
You don't
I'm
think
singing
that's
now.
gonna mess with your fans too much?
No, I don't think so. I think they like just about anything I put out. They really like the rap a lot, but I feel like they'll love the singing as well because I got some nice songs. I didn't even know I could sing like that, but they sound very, very nice. And also the country. That's just
Auto-tune's
something-
great nowadays.
You definitely working with them people. But but the country album, that's just gonna be something new
Okay.
for me. So that's just putting me in a different lane to see what see where I
You're
go
right.
with it. Yeah, I think it's gonna be great though.
Is that becoming more of a thing in Florida, or are you just like the cross genre thing?
Yeah, definitely. Cause I love pop music.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually wanted to be a pop star. But I'm like,
Kodak.
I like collab with pop artists. I feel like when rappers and pop artists collab, it's like great music because a lot of people like I'm gonna speak on the Black culture. Like I know a lot of other people love rap music as well, but a lot of Black people like love pop music.
Okay.
Yeah, so I feel like that's a great genre to clash with.
Camonte's a big Katy Perry fan.
Really, he looked like he is.
I'm joking. But no, that's awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, having 3 different albums, do you think you're more productive by thinking of 3 different albums instead of just diving into one?
See, I dropped albums in the past, but the albums I dropped in the past were like statement albums. Like Bitches Blaque, that was a statement album because
Sounds like it.
when I first dropped, the first song that I got like viral for in my city was Talk of the Streets with my friend Frozone, Long Live Frozone. But it put me on in the city as far as like music. And with that being said, it kind of like also tied me to that group of people. Rather
Right.
than it just being a collab, they just automatically associated with me with them. So everywhere I went, they just like put a label on me. So I had to separate myself. Like, no, bitch, it's Blaque.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's me. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's what that album did. But I don't know. I feel like the 3 different albums, it wouldn't mess with my fan base because at the end of the day, they'll have a rap album if that's what they like to listen to.
Right.
I met a lot of people in Georgia when I was like doing some content. I was going around asking them like I was doing like song reviews, and a lot of the females down there were like, "Well, I'm really an R&B fan, so that'll bring them in." And in the country, I'll see what that's gonna do. I feel like it'd be great though.
Cool. Yeah. You just gotta really know how to pitch that to the right audience.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, that's awesome. Where can people find you at?
Follow me on Instagram at I love Blaque. That's I love BLAQUE _. YouTube, I have a content page called Blaque in Real Life, BLAQUE ' in real life. My music page is BLAQUE '. I'm on Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, and all that under Blaque as well. So make sure you guys spell it right and add the apostrophe at the end.
For sure. Does it ever get tiring when you're posting all these different platforms?
It has been, but because sometimes I forget to post on one platform.
Yeah.
But now that Instagram has the new setup where you can schedule it to post, it
Right.
helps because I can schedule them like ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I just have to
We need to
remember
start
to
doing
do them
that.
on like Facebook and TikTok and YouTube Reels now. But
Right.
if they're already scheduled to post on one, I don't have to worry about that the day of, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you
Thanks
guys.
for having me.
Yeah, you did great. Thank you guys for another episode of the Gulf Coast Music Channel. See you guys in the next one, and go check out Blake's next 3 albums.
Yeah.
Pretty Girls Tote.
Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.